Character Phileas Fogg. He is a wealthy gentleman who enjoys the simple life. He likes to read newspapers and play cards. But one day, the members of my club and he start talking about traveling around the world. He made a bet that he could travel around the world in 80 days. It's going to be difficult, but he knows that he can do it. He served Passepartout and he are going to have an interesting trip. Jean Passepartout. He come to England for the simple life. In the past, he had all kinds of exciting jobs, but now he wants an easy life as a butler. Phileas Fogg just hired me. He is the perfect master. He has a regular life. He hopes that nothing extraordinary happens while he works for him. Mr. Fix. He is a police detective for Scotland Yard. Someone just robbed a bank, and I'm going to catch that person. The thief looks just like Phileas Fogg. I know that Fox did it. He's going to follow him and catch him, even if he have to travel around the world to do it. Auda. She grew up in Europe, but I was forced to marry an old Raja in India, even though she did love him. Now that his Raja has died, the Bashmen are going to burn me alive with his dead body. She doesn't want to die, but who can possibly save me? Fox friends. They are Fox with partners. He is usually a very sensible man, but he actually thinks that he can travel around the world in only 80 days. We don't think he can do it, so we bet him £20,000. The story starts in London on October 1, 1872. Phileas Fogg is a rich English gentleman and bachelor living in solitude at number 7 Silvery Row, Burlington Gardens, despite his wealth, which is £40,000, equal to £2,650,000 today. Mr. Fogg, whose countenance described as repose in action, lives a modest life, which habits carry out with mathematical precision. Very little can be said about Mr. Fogg's social life, other than that he is a member of the Reform Club. Having dismissed his former valet, James Foster, for making him shaving water at 84 degrees Fahrenheit or 29 degrees Celsius instead of 86 degrees Fahrenheit or 30 degrees Celsius. Mr. Fox hired a Frenchman by the name of Jean Passepartout, who is about 30 years old, as a replacement. Later on that day, in the Reform Club, Fox gets involved in an argument over an article in the Daily Telegraph, stating that with the opening of a new runway section in India, it is now possible to travel around the world in 80 days. He accepted a wager for £20,000 from his fellow cast members, which he will receive if he makes it around the world in 80 days. Accompanied by Marshal Papatou, he left London by train at 8:45 p.m. on October 2, 1872, and did his due back at the Reform Club. At the same time, 80 days later, on December 21, Fogg and Papatou set sail in time. While disembarking in Egypt, they are watched by a Scotland Yard detective named Fix, who had been dispatched from London in search of a bank robber. Because Fogg happened to answer the description of the bank robber, Fix mistakes Fogg for the criminal. Since he cannot secure a warrant in time, Fix got on board the steamer carrying the traveling to Bombay. During the voyage, Fogg promised the engineer a large reward if he gets them to the Bombay area. They docked 2 days ahead of schedule. After reaching India, they take a train from Bombay to Calcutta. About halfway there, Fogg learned that the Daily Telegraph newspaper article was long the run road ends at Kobai and start again 50 miles further on at Allahabad. Fogg promptly buys an elephant, hires a guide, and start toward Allahabad. During the ride, they come across a procession in which a young Indian woman, Uda, is led to a sanctuary to be sacrificed by the process of Sati the next day by Brahmins. Since the young woman is drunk with the smoke of opium and hemp, and is obviously not going voluntarily, the traveler decides to rescue her. They follow the procession to the side, where Papatou secretly takes the place of a Uda decayed husband on the futon pile, on which she is to be burned the next morning. During the ceremony, he then rises from the pile, squaring off the piece, and carries the young woman away. Due to this incident, the 2 days gained earlier are lost, but Fogg shows no sign of regret. The travelers then hasten on to catch the train at the next railway station, taking Uda with them. At Kolkata, they can finally board a steamer going to Hong Kong. Fix, who has secretly been following them, has Fogg and Papatou arrested in Kolkata. However, they jumble, and Fix is forced to follow them to Hong Kong. On board, he shows himself to Papatou, who is delighted to meet again. His traveling companion from the earlier voyage. In Hong Kong, it turns out that Uda's distant relative, in whose care they had been planning to leave her, has moved, probably to Holland, so they decide to take her with them to Europe. Meanwhile, still without a warrant, Fix sees Hong Kong as he rushes to arrest Fogg on British soil. Around this time, Papatou becomes convinced that Fix is a spy from the Reform Club, trying to see if Fogg is really going around the world. However, Fig confides in Passepartout, who does not believe a word, and remains convinced that his master is not a bank robber, to prevent Passepartout from informing his master about premature departure of their next vessel. Fig gets Passepartout drunk and locks him in an opium den. In his dizziness, Passepartout still managed to catch the steamer to Yokohama, but neglects to inform Fogg. Fogg on the next day discovers that he has missed his connection. He gets in search of a vessel that will take him to Yokohama. He finds a pilot boat that takes him at Uda to Shanghai, where they catch a steamer to Yokohama. In Yokohama, they go on a search for Passepartout, believing that he may have arrived there on a Lieutenant boat. They find him in a circus, trying to earn the fare for his homeward journey. Reunited, the four board a steamer taking them across the Pacific to San Francisco. Fig promised Passepartout that now, having left British soil, he will no longer try to delay Fogg's journey, but later support him in getting back to Britain as fast as possible to minimize the amount of the share of the stolen money that Fogg can spend. In San Francisco, they get on a train to New York, encountering a number of obstacles, as well as Mormon missionaries along the way. A mishap herd of bison causing the attack, a failing suspension bridge, and most disastrous, the train is attacked and overcome by Sioux warriors. After heroically uncovering the locomotive from the carriage, Passepartout is kidnapped by the Indians, but Fogg rescued him after some American soldiers volunteered to. They continue by a wide power sled over the snow prairie to Omaha, where they get a train to New York. Once in New York, and having missed departure of their ship, the China, by 45 minutes, Fogg starts looking for an alternative for the crossing of the Atlantic Ocean. He finds a small steamboat destined for border. However, the captain of the boat refused to take company to Liverpool, whereupon Fogg consents to be taken to border for the price of 2,000 baht, equal to 38,800 baht today, per passenger. On the voyage, he buys the crew to mutiny and take course for Liverpool. Again hurricane wind and going on full steam on the town. The boat runs out of fuel. After a few days, Fogg buys the boat and a very high price from the captain, shooting him thereby, and has the crew burn on the wooden pass to keep up the steam. The companion arrived at Kendal, Iceland in time to reach London, Whitehall and Liverpool before the deadline. However, Once on British soil again, Fish products a walrus and a red frog. A short time later, the misunderstanding is cleared up. The actual robber had been caught 3 days earlier in Edinburgh. In response to this, Fogg in a rare moment of impact punched Fish, who immediately falls to the ground. However, Fogg has missed the train and returned to London 5 minutes late, asserted he has lost the wager. In his London house the next day, he apologized to Uda for bringing her with him, since he now has to live in poverty and cannot financially support her. Uda suddenly confessed that she loved him and asked him to marry her, which he gladly accepted. He called for Papatou to notify the Revier. At the Revier's, Papatou learns that he is mistaken in the date, which he takes to be Sunday, but which actually is Saturday, because the party travel east, thereby getting a full day on their journey around the globe by crossing the international deadline. He did not ideas of landing in North America, because the online phase of the trip that depend on vehicle departing less often than daily was the Atlantic crossing, and he has hired his own ship for that, who immediately set off for the Reform Cup, where he arrived just in time to win the wager. Fogg married Uda, and the journey around the world is complete. Papatou and Fogg carry online a carpet bag with online t-shirt and share pair of stockings each, a Macintosh, a traveling cloak, and a spare pair of shoes. The online book they carry in Besha, Continental Runway Steam Transit, and General Guide. This contains images of train and steamer. He also carries a handful of English banknotes about £20,000. He also lives with 20 guineas, equal to £1,391 today, one at which of which he soon disposed.